Hey guys, what's up? Darcy here at 6 Strings 9 Lives, back for not an update, updated spotlight. That's what I'm back for. About a year ago, probably to the day, I did a spotlight on one of my favorite new artists, HELLRIPPER. And when I say new, in my world, I'm in my 50s. I grew up on lots of 80s stuff. So new to me is the year 2000. That's kind of the cutoff till today. That's really newer stuff to me. So in the scheme of things, I think HELLRIPPER is one of the newest that I listen to, formed in 2014. Basically, this is going to be an expanded video of the spotlight that I did about a year ago. At the time, I was anticipating the brand new album, and I think I said something like, hopefully it gets released around October. Well, it wasn't too far after. And you know what? I can totally see why now. James has poured his heart and soul into this album. I do believe this will be, it's a very pivotal album in his career. James McBain, by the way, that's who I'm referring to, is HELLRIPPER, does everything himself and does a hell of a job. But I believe this is a real pivotal album in his career and an album that will be talked about for years to come. So far, for sure, my album of the year, I mean, I've only picked up 2 albums this year of new releases, and that the other one is Obituary. But this HELLRIPPER album is just, honestly, it's on another level. I'm going to show you what I picked up from the new album, and then I'll show you what else I do have for HELLRIPPER stuff in case you're interested. And if you're not interested in HELLRIPPER, then there's other videos to go check out too, and other great bands to talk about. But this is by far a band that I just immediately fell in love with when I discovered them. And I'll tell you as I go when I personally discovered HELLRIPPER. But let's start off with what I picked up. And like I said, I couldn't wait to talk about this album. This I made a couple little notes here so I wouldn't forget, but basically I was going to pick up anything that was going to be available, including this awesome shirt. Love this green. Great shirts, by the way. I will keep excuse me one second. I will put a link in the description to HELLRIPPER Bandcamp, and you can go check some of this stuff out yourself. But these are great shirts. They're Gildan. Personally, I take these, I wash them in cold water. I first turn them inside out, wash in cold water, and I don't dry them. I just hang to dry, and then the logos seem to be, they last a long time. I have some older concert shirts that honestly look brand new if you look after them. Anyways, so like I said, I was picking up everything that was going to come out. So we'll start off with the good old cassette. This didn't come sealed, which is fine. I got these little bags to put these in. So this is James's second release on Peaceville Records, 3rd studio album. And there is the cassette. Might as well show some of you cassette fans out there. That's what I started on, cassettes. Then I graduated probably started buying CDs in around 1990. I think I remember my first, 91 probably. I think my first 2 CDs were Metallica's The Black Album, and then I picked up Iron Maiden Number of the Beast, which frick, man. Back then, those CDs were really expensive. But anyways, there's HELLRIPPER's Withered Warlock's Grim, Withered Hags on cassette. I haven't even opened the CD yet. Been spinning the vinyl, but I did pick up the CD version also with Hype Sticker. The stellar new studio album of hyperspeed blackened thrash anthems from Scotland's leading force of metal. Yep, no truer words spoken. Yes, I'm a big fan of HELLRIPPER for sure, and lots of you are, but there is the CD version and the track listing, which we'll talk about the tracks as we go. I would say, honestly, guys, this album is absolutely packed with melody and atmosphere. It's everything that James has done so far, but only better. I guess I could describe it that way. So Here is the black version on vinyl. I did open it, but I will take the shrink wrap off later and save the hype sticker. Like I said, second release on Peaceville Records. You know, great label. They do an amazing job here. I'll just show you what all came with this. Lyrics on one side, and the lyrics, I mean, once you've listened to this album a few times, listen to it with reading along with the lyrics. Just amazing. This is like so well thought out. Everything fits perfect. But there's James himself right there. Great stock on that, or stock cardboard, whatever you want to call that. We'll set that one aside. And with every Peaceville release, you get one of these. And this one is on black vinyl. There we go. Sounds great. Excuse me. Like I said, starting to feel a lot better, so crank out some more videos soon. And so that was the black version. Then I also picked up the gold version. So everything here is the same except the vinyl, which we'll show you here quick. And we should start talking about a few of these songs here, because there is not a second wasted on this album. It is, every solo fits perfect. It just feels like there's so many extras. I don't know, that's how I can best describe it. But here's the gold vinyl version, which if there was 5 versions, I was going to buy them. That's how nuts I am for HELLRIPPER. But what other notes did I make here? Influences wise, yes, you know that James throughout his career has had these influences of, Metallica, Motorhead, Megadeth, Venom, Bathory, just to name a few. But he's really, HELLRIPPER is its own sound now. It takes bits and pieces from everything, but honestly has made it just its own. It's its own entity, and better in my opinion. I'm not saying better than all those influences. I mean, we're all influenced by something. And every band is, but James is just now, with this album, I think this is the one where it all came together. Like I said, no second wasted. Solos just placed perfect, awesome. All right, let's move on here. We have the green version, and last of what I picked up from the new album. So everything else is the same on here. We better talk about some of these songs. The Knuckle V, that was the first single. Absolutely an awesome album opener, first of all, and a leadoff single. It really got you, basically what that song is just typical scorching HELLRIPPER, just full of, like I said, just full of solos everywhere. The guitars really shine on this album. The vocals shine too. There's the green version, so that is the trifecta. But the other thing I'd say too is the drums and the bass on this album, they do their job perfectly. Good support, that's what that is. But the vocals and the guitar work, the riffs, absolutely the high point. Second song, I the Deceiver. Great track too, I would say. And lyrically pretty damn awesome too. My favorite track on this album, and I know a lot of people have mentioned the title track, Warlocks, Grim, and Withered Hags. It just packed with everything, put it that way. It's one of the best, well put together 7-minute songs I've heard in a long time. And the other thing is, this is the longest HELLRIPPER album by 14 minutes. The Affair of the Poisons was 29 minutes, 30 minutes. This is clocking in at 43. Still, 8 tracks? Yeah, 8 tracks. And like I said, not a second wasted, but Warlocks, Grim, and Withered Hags, the title track. If you want to check out well, I shouldn't say one track because they're all so good, but check that one out too. Goat Vomit Nightmare finishes off side A. I would say that's the, if you're familiar with The Affair of the Poisons, it's kind of like the Vampire's Grave of this album. It's fun, speedy, a looser track, plenty of speed for sure. Yeah, definitely Goat Vomit Nightmare. But probably my favorite track on this album, besides the title track, is The Curse Carrying Crown. It could have been the ultimate closing song for this album, but you usually don't put a title track at closing out an album, so I understand where it's placed, and it's placed perfectly. It leads off side B. And actually, in that song, what was I going to tell you? Yeah, The Curse Carrying Crown. It starts off nice and heavy too, and there's kind of like a Slayer type of scream, but it's like it comes in low and then it comes in high, just like a Angel of Death scream. Very cool. At about the 2:40-minute mark, there is a kind of a breakdown of, I swear I'm listening to Merciful Fate, because that is another influence definitely of HELLRIPPER, is Merciful Fate, King Diamond type of stuff. Probably 2:40-minute mark till the 3:40-minute mark. And just the way this song closes off, so good. Well, what else was I going to say? I was going to tell you too, and there's actually bagpipes on here too. So that, going back to Warlock's Grim and Withered Hags, the bagpipes fit just perfect too. I know I said fits perfect a lot, but it's true. The Hissing Marches starts off with, you'd think your Lemmy was appearing on the album, the bass line to open up the track, and then it just goes right into some HELLRIPPER. Great track. Poison Womb, The Curse of the Witch, and then this album finishes off with Mester Stoor Worm, which is a very heavy. There's even some death metal vocals in there. Blast beats. There's, I think on 3 tracks, there's blast beats here. So like I said, it's just a pile of everything on here done to perfection. And this one does, that last track clocks in at 8 minutes and 30 seconds or whatever. So that's kind of where you got a couple of longer tracks. You gain a little bit of time, but so well done. Super proud of James and what he's done here. I was thinking about this the other day too, is, maybe, COVID was the shits for everybody. Let's be honest, but, maybe in the aspect of creation and creating something, a masterpiece like this, it probably benefited James with a little bit more time to just fine tune everything. So, I'd like to know what he thinks too. That would be pretty cool. All right, moving on. So that's my thoughts on the new album. I absolutely love it. I know I was all over the place, but I do get excited about talking about, when I'm talking about HELLRIPPER. It's going to take a mighty album to knock that one off, I think. But there is some new great releases, so I'm not going to shut the door on everything, that's for sure. Here to talk about metal. I know the new Overkill's coming out right away. Very excited about that. Actually heard the new track for the title track for the new Metallica today. Not bad. Probably the best of the 4 so far. So I know there's a lot of Metallica fans out there that are waiting for that one to drop. So let's quickly go through what else I got for HELLRIPPER. So like I said before, formed in 2014. So this is a collection. It's not a studio album. This is complete and total fucking mayhem. Basically a collection of the James's first EP, which was called The Manifestation of Evil, and then a collection of splits that he did with other bands. There's the track listing. This is out on Reaper Metal Productions. Like I said, I'll echo my thoughts from my other video. My favorite tracks on here are Hell's Rock and Roll and another track called Nuclear Hell. you know, this is James in the beginning. This is, you can just, even back then, you can feel where this is going to go. And each one of these albums is a very awesome progression. And, you know, I'll try to articulate my thoughts as I go. So this one was also reissued, I think, what, 1 or 2 years ago over on Diabolic Might Records. And actually go over to James's Bandcamp. I don't know if this is still available. A lot of HELLRIPPER stuff is selling out, so this is not an original pressing, but I'm glad to have it. The original, I believe the logo was in white, and yeah, very cool. But Diabolic Might, this is just on black vinyl. I'll show you what comes with this. Lyrics, a young James McBain there, and on black vinyl. I think this is side A, side B with the track listing. And the next one I'll show you is the debut album, Coagulating Darkness, from 2017. And this is also a Diabolic Might Records reissue. Now, this is a second pressing, so anybody out there that is interested, there is a third pressing right now. I actually ordered it, and I'll tell you why. I was just kind of skimming through. I know what I was doing. I was trying to find a copy of Paradox Heresy, and that's over on Diabolic Might Records. And then I spotted this again, only that the one that is coming out again, the logo is shrunk again, and it's in the right corner. Kind of, you know, more, the logo's less, not as large on the cover like a lot of the other releases are, which I do like that too. But I don't mind this, but I just had to have that other version with the logo reduced here, so it wouldn't be covering up this this portion of this artwork. But so anyways, this one hopefully is still available. So is still available on Diabolic Might Records. There's the logo there. So go check that out if you don't have this in your collection yet. Great debut album. Couple of tracks. My favorite tracks on here are Demdike, In League with the Devil, and my absolute favorite track on here, which they still play live, is called From Hell. Oh, the solo on there is just killer. It is, even to me, it even has like even older 70s vibes, you know, hard rock type of vibe on that solo. It's just very awesome. But there's Coagulating Darkness from 2017, the debut. And I said I would, I'll show you that on CD also. This is my original CD. I think I picked this up from the Bandcamp. Very dark cover, which the vinyl's a lot better. But this one just got reissued, and I haven't even opened it yet. Reissued on Peaceville. So if you're looking to get the whole HELLRIPPER collection on CD, here is reissued on Peaceville Records. What does it say here? Mid-price CD edition of the 2017 debut studio album of the cult black thrash speed metal from the quickly rising UK Titan. Yep, again, totally agree with that too. So check this one out on Peaceville. It's out it just reissued probably in the past 6-7 months. So there's that. And then now my discovery of HELLRIPPER was from a good friend of mine, Andy Cloudy Milder, which I'm going to leave a link in the description to Andy's channel, Cloudy Milder. He had just recently, in one of his newest videos, just talked about Warlocks, Grim, and Withered Hags and gave his thoughts on it. Go check out Andy's channel. Absolutely a great channel, knows what he's talking about. Or at least we all pretend we know what we're talking about. So Anyways, Andy got me onto HELLRIPPER, and a bunch of bunch of the UK guys. We really we've all fell in love super quick. But this was the EP from what is this? From 2019. This is Black Arts and Alchemy. This one came out on Reaper Metal Productions. So what this one is kind of an in-between. It's got 4 great songs, brand new tracks. All Hail the Goat, awesome track. Decrepit Christ, Black Arts and Alchemy, and Headless Angels. And on the CD version, there is a cover of Iron Heads, which is of the band Running Wild. If you're familiar with the German band Running Wild, great band too, by the way. But here is Black Arts and Alchemy from 2019, and my actual introduction to HELLRIPPER. And then, of course, you backtracked really quick to Coagulating Darkness, and then, of course, pick up everything else. But I do have a vinyl version of this. Lucky enough to get this, because this is hard to get now. This is out on Reaper Metal Productions. So this is just the 4 tracks I was talking about. Check out All Hail the Goat off of here. It is just top notch. I'm going to show you the vinyl. I believe this one is red. No insert. Yeah, this is like a darker red. And it is only one-sided, and the B side is etched, which is, excuse me. There's the etching. If you can see that, it's an etching of the front cover. Hard to see with this light and stuff, but trust me on that one. So that is so far this one that needs another reissue, because I know people will snap it up like crazy. And then leading into 2020's second studio album, which at that point, I'm already a huge fan, and anticipating the new album at the time. And then, of course, the new album in 2023. But this is 2020's The Affair of the Poisons, released on Peaceville Records. This is not a super shiny cover, but it's like a matte finish. But the artwork, just stellar, just like the new album. Love the colors. Like with this one, you got the reds, the orange, the blues, which really popped to me. And I won't forget to show you the t-shirt that I have to go with this one too. But love this album. Actually, and if you, off the new album, I was going to say, there is a track, which was it? Track 5? Yeah, losing my train of thought. Anyways, if you haven't checked out this album, James's second studio album, check out my favorite track on here is A Savage Blasphemy. Hexanaut, great track. Vampire's Grave, which I mentioned. Goat Vomit Nightmare, very similar vibe like that one. Spectres of the Blood Moon Sabbath. Again, this album, just 29 minutes of just, you want to flip it over and play it again type of stuff. So there's that. And I'll just show you. This one actually came in a resealable bag at the time, but there's the hype sticker. The second studio album from Supreme, blackened thrash metal devastation from the rising UK Titans. Yep, again, they don't lie on these hype stickers, do they? So I also picked that one up on CD, which has a Obi strip, which is very cool. I wish the new one would have had one too, but I will definitely get over that. So there's the CD version, and I picked up the cassette version too. And there's those little bags I was talking about. So very cool. And did I even show you this one? And this is the only other piece I have as far as music material goes. This is a cassette version of Coagulating Darkness. And 2 t-shirts to show you, and then that's it for the longer version of the HELLRIPPER Spotlight. Let's see, let's get this off the hanger. And this is I love album t-shirts, so I'm happy to have this one. And then there is the Affair of the Poisons t-shirt, and like I said, nice Gildan Oh, large, yeah. I can still fit a large, sometimes tighter in the stomach area, but I can still get into a large, which is a bonus. And then I also have this one. This is, there's nothing on the back of the other one or this that I just showed you or the one I'm wearing, but this one is, and I just love the yellow, just pops. Here is the back of that one. Tons of t-shirts available over on the Bandcamp, HELLRIPPER Bandcamp. Hopefully a lot of this material is still available for you to purchase, or there's other places to get. You know, I know like Amazon is, Amazon, High Roller, Napalm Records. Everybody's carrying HELLRIPPER now, and seems like everybody's talking about HELLRIPPER, and rightfully so. But yeah, like I said, one of my favorite new artists. Just thought I'd give you a little bit of a spotlight and a little insight of what I got going on with HELLRIPPER. But hope you enjoyed that one, and until next time, stay heavy.